You're watching Back Pages tonight. Welcome back to you at home and welcome back to the Sun's football editor Charlie Wyatt and the Mirror's chief football writer John Cross. OK, I think we've done sort of Manchester City and Premier League, justice in that first part of the show. Let's turn our attention to something a little cheerier, shall we? And arguably England's best chance to win a major tournament with the Euros looming large. We know we've got this for another friendly match to come, and then of course they embark in Group C. And of course, we're always looking around where there might be weaknesses, where you want things to be sort of shored up, for a better phrase. So let's talk about Luke Shaw, shall we? Shaw looks good. Defenders return to England training boosts Euro speed. This is nice, isn't it, John? Normally we're talking about metatarsals at this part of a tournament build-up. Not the case, and actually we've got bodies coming back into the building for Gareth Southgate. How crucial a boost do you think this is?
I think it's huge if he can indeed be fit for the final cut for the 26. I do think we'll see 7 players trimmed. I think they're already sort of kind of almost preparing for that, aren't they? A few whispers getting out tonight. So let's see about who might come. I don't think we'll be looking at Luke Shaw, bearing in mind he's not played since February for any of the group matches. But what I think the 26-man squad allows Gareth Southgate to do, rather than the traditional 23, is perhaps name 3 that he can take a punt on almost. So Harry Maguire hasn't played for a while. He loves Harry Maguire, really wants him to be part of it, but he's already cast aspersions on whether he can make the first group game. Sure, I think you're probably really only looking about the knockout stages. But Luke Shaw, David, we always forget, I think, Luke Shaw, what a quality player he is. Such a good defender. I think really tenacious in his defending, very good going forward, very accurate passer and crosser, good ball delivery. And I do think Shaw is the best option by far England have as a natural left-back. In fact, the only natural left-back in the squad. So they're prepared to take a weight on him. Listen, you'll see those pictures. He's still wearing trainers rather than football boots. So he's back on the grass, but not fully, completely involved yet. But the signs are good from a position whereby a couple of weeks ago it really looked too much of a long shot for Luke Shaw. But I do think Luke Shaw now has got a chance, and I actually think he might well take a chance on Luke Shaw for the cut-off, which has to be made by Friday.
Especially with 26 players in the party as opposed to the normal regulation 23. Charlie, can you see Luke Shaw maybe being an option for Gareth Southgate for a potential quarter-final or a semi-final?
Yes, certainly, as John said, I don't see him featuring in the group games if he does make it to Germany, which I think he probably will do. Again, as John said, I think had it been the 23-man squad, it'd have been a different situation. But yeah, look, England, they can have him in the background getting up to speed. He's England's best left-back, obviously. Probably the best left-back in Europe, certainly one of them. So England needs, a fully fit Luke Shaw, and it's obviously going to take him a while to even get up to speed once he is training again. But I think, there are a few worries for England. That left-back position is certainly one of them. Ideally Shaw will be back. England, of course, play Iceland on Friday. Gareth Southgate effectively has to email UEFA with his squad, his final squad, at 11 p.m. on Friday, and then England head off to Germany on Monday. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Luke Shaw will be with that squad, and let's hope he can get back. And I'm pretty sure England are going to make it into the last 16. He'll be there hopefully.
OK, let's turn our attention to the back of The Guardian. Because, we mentioned before about, certain things that, are very much tectonic plates are shifting and, you can see there Barney Rainey on the legal case that could turn City into football's overlords. What about this Paul McInnes piece? Very, very briefly, John, the waiting game. Premier League admits the VAR delay skyrocketed last season. So are we making progress or are we not? Where do you sit on this with VAR?
No, I don't think we are. I really don't think we are, David. It worries me, to be honest. I do think that the clubs will give, I think, Howard Webb a bit of a hard time over VAR on Thursday. I do think they're very frustrated with it. Listen, I think Howard Webb will prove to be a good long-term appointment, but it's going to take time. I don't think the standard of officials is good enough. They're the ones operating the VAR, and I do think that PGMOL have to look closer, much closer at themselves. And I think the clubs are really going to start asking much more difficult questions about it. The VAR, don't forget, it's up for a vote. That I'm sure it will remain in place. There's no doubt about that in my mind. But I do think that the clubs are really getting annoyed and frustrated with delays, lack of communication, and VAR generally. They need to address it. It's not good enough at the moment. No chance.
Just really, really briefly, Charlie, just 20 seconds or so. Obviously, it doesn't sound like Wolves are going to get the support that they want to try and abolish it next season, does it?
No, I don't think so. I think it's the right decision to stick with it. And let's not forget, next season we're going to have semi-automated, effectively robot linesmen. So the offsides are going to be much, much quicker, and we will notice a huge difference with that.
Fantastic. Gents, we've covered a lot in the show. Really appreciate your company as always, Charlie and John. We'll speak to you again very, very soon. OK, on the way next, well, Kylian Mbappe has officially joined Real Madrid, finally. And he's celebrating that with a couple of assists and a goal for France.